Right, so this is the brand new Huawei Watch GT6 Pro, Huawei's most advanced outdoor sports watch yet, with up to 3 weeks of battery life, pro-level cycling metrics, crazy accurate GPS, and upgraded golf course maps built in. I've been testing some of those sports modes out, including wearing it to football training the other evening, with some pretty interesting findings. And I'll also touch on how it compares to the likes from Garmin and Apple. Before I show you all of those brilliant health and sports features in more detail, let's do the core specs. So up front, you've got a 1.47-inch AMOLED display that's 5.5% larger than the GT5 Pro, with bezels that have been shaved down by 10% for a more immersive look. And as you can see, the numbers are now on the sides to enable this. The brightness is an eye-searing 3000 nits, more than double last gen, so direct sunlight is now no problem. Whether you're running, cycling, golfing, it's still crystal clear. The raised timing bezel gives it a sleeker, sportier profile, I think, but the strap options are aplenty, so if you did want to dress it up or dress it down, you can do that. From the all-new brown woven composite, which I have here, to a black fluoro elastomer and the super slick silver titanium. There's also a standard GT6 as well that comes in 3 46mm options and 5 41mm ones, so there's plenty of choice for all. Now, one killer stat with the GT6 Pro is it can last up to 21 days or 3 weeks in light use and around 14 days in a more realistic standard or typical use, which even that is still incredible when you look at what Apple are producing with the Watch Ultra 3 that boasts an improved 42 hours. And Garmin, well, that is significantly better than Apple at 15 days in the best case scenario, but still clearly short of the Watch GT6 Pro in its best case scenario. Alright, so I'm just heading out for football training. I'm all dressed and ready to rock. And speaking of rocking and rolling, I am of course rocking the GT6 Pro. I'm going to be testing out the Sunflower GPS system, the run metrics, and of course see how comfortable it is once I start getting all sweaty. Yummy. Let's go. How do I look? Like a ninja? Yeah. Now, first thing to note, even though this watch strap doesn't look the most sport-friendly on the top, like perhaps the black fluoro elastomer one does, it does have a soft, almost rubbery feel on the inside, so it still works great for sport. But what about the readings from my session? Well, here are all the metrics, and it looks super accurate. The Sunflower positioning system uses 3D converged tech for pinpoint GPS tracking, so you can see the exact movements that I made. Now, when I finished the training session, one of my teammates said that I'd covered a lot of grass, and I didn't really think too much of it until I saw what I'd done inside the app. I believe pro footballers cover around 10k in a 90-minute match, so over 5 in just under an hour is not too shabby. So, yeah, maybe I'm a little fitter than I thought. Calories burned, pace, and heart rate are but a few metrics you can track, and it even tells you recovery times, including when you should next play, and how to make your running more efficient with things like vertical oscillation. But this is where Huawei's new Pro Watch really flexes. Right, so I'm now going out on a cheeky little walk, again to test some of that GPS goodness, see how accurately it actually tracks where I'm going. Now, had I been slightly more prepared, I would have downloaded an offline map, which you can do, and this then syncs with the watch so you can see exactly the terrain and the surroundings to where you are. I am going to stay on this path all the way around, and then I'll show you the route that it's picked up using the GPS. And as you can see, a lot of this is tree line, so let's see exactly how accurate this is. And I basically followed the path which is right alongside, right around the pitch, and you can see it is pinpoint accurate. Another huge upgrade is within the cycling features. The GT6 Pro is the first smartwatch ever to support cycling virtual power, so there's no power meter required. It calculates power output using advanced algorithms developed with Beijing Sport University's Wind Tunnel Lab. And as fancy as that sounds, in layman's terms, it kind of means that it gives you precise data on your performance without having to spend thousands on pedals and meters. It also calculates FTP values, replaces your bike computer, speedometer, heart strap, and even syncs direct with apps like Komoot for route navigation. Just import the GPX or Komoot route, that's a tongue twister, and you don't even have to start every ride manually. With auto detect cycling and auto pause, the GT6 Pro logs every session even if you're stopping at traffic lights, for example. And then there's fall detection using multi-sensor fusion. So if you crash, it basically vibrates, counts to 60 seconds, and then if you don't respond, it'll automatically alert emergency contacts and send an SOS, which is huge for, I would imagine, solo riders. But what's really cool is that even in dense urban areas or tree-covered trails or pitches like the one that I was on, it can still track your route with crazy precision. The trail run mode immediately shows gradient changes, altitude trends, and estimated times to checkpoints, making pacing way easier than just guessing. Basically, it tells you how hard you're pushing, when to conserve energy, and when to power through. Huawei claims 95% heart rate accuracy during trail runs and 98% in cycling mode, and all can be monitored within the app. Not only is the app super detailed with many modes and functions, but it's also very easy to use. Distance, altitude, stamina management, and even emotional states during the run. Because beyond sport, the GT6 Pro comes with what's known as the new TrueSense system, which tracks 12 emotional states, from calm and peaceful to anxious or excited, helping you spot stress patterns early. And if you add in improved HRV tracking and things like sleep analysis, it's a complete wellness tool on your wrist. For you golfers out there, for the first time ever, you have got fully upgraded vector maps right on your wrist, so you can zoom in and out seamlessly, checking slope details, where the bunkers are, where the water is, which of course, pun intended, is my favourite place to be on the golf course. I love a swim. Notifications with a swipe up, settings with a swipe down, access to your apps with a press of the top right button, which also has a rotating crown, and all of your workouts at your fingertips with the bottom right button. Swipe left and right for schedules, weather and music controls, etc., and tons of watch faces to choose from, including some of your own pictures. Hello, Barney. So how much is all of this beautiful new tech? Well, the Huawei Watch GT6 Pro starts from around it's exactly £329, significantly undercutting a lot of similar Garmin and Apple products. And there's also an outdoor edition kind of bundle, which gives you free Arc open ear earbuds as well for £359. So after using it for the last week or so, I think the Huawei Watch GT6 Pro is one of the most versatile sports watches you can buy right now. Insane battery life, pro level metrics, GPS precision, plus a premium design that you can wear to the gym or the office. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. Drop a like on the video if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more great tech. My name's Adam. You've been the best as always. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. It's ASBYT. Peace out.